Hi, I'm Dr. Peters with Peters Wellness, Chiropractic and Massage. This week's quick video, I want to talk about something that, well, many people have experienced, and that would be sharp shooting pain down into the glute, down the back of the leg, below the knee, and maybe even down into the foot. And that pain, if you don't already know the name, is sciatica. Now, what is sciatica? Sciatica is inflammation of the largest nerve in the body, and that's the sciatic nerve. Now, you can also have like what's called a lumbar radiculopathy. And radiculopathy just means pain traveling down the nerve. I just think of it as ridiculous because it can be excruciating. So sciatica has a major effect on people, and it affects many people in regards to missing work, just not being able to perform their home duties and taking care of themselves, need a lot of family care, because it can really be debilitating and put you out of commission for a while. So I want to talk about 4 causes of sciatica. I'm just going to touch base on each one of them. And then on the computer in the background, I was looking up some great videos to post this week, some pictures of the sciatic nerve and where it can be impinged upon. But for right now, I've got my trusty spine here. And talking about sciatic pain, so right here we have the pelvis. And the sciatic nerve, as I turn this around to the front of the body, the sciatic nerve is going to come out in the lower portion of the lumbar spine, and it's going to travel down. So possible causes, one would be facet fixation or subluxation of the facet joints, which is lack of movement between the vertebral levels. And when that locks up, that can cause some issues there. Also, you could get a bulging disc. I think there's a sample on here. Get it up in there. So here they're showing a bulging disc or herniated disc pushing out, hitting the nerve, and that can cause sharp shooting pain or block that nerve flow. So also, along with sharp shooting pain, someone could have numbness and tingling, or they could have sharp burning, dull, aching, all different types of pain depending on which portion of the nerve root is being compressed upon. Another possible cause is sacral iliac joint dysfunction. So see on this one, this bone here on the outside is the ilium, and this bone here is called the sacrum. So it's called the sacral iliac joint, where those two joints are together, and that's a partially fibrous and partially synovial joint. So it does have movement in there, and if that is misaligned, that can also cause sciatic pain and dysfunction. Next is going to be Piriformis Syndrome, which many people have heard of. Piriformis is a muscle down here in the glute area, and the sciatic nerve actually runs under the piriformis muscle. So if that muscle is tight, then that can put pressure on there and be just as excruciating as a bulging disc type pain or a facet subluxation type dysfunction. So now the other thing in this week's handout, in it talks about how a lot of times it's not just one of those things causing it. It can be 1, 2, 3, or actually all 4. So it's really, really important to look at the function of all of it. So when we do 100 tests on the new patients, we're checking for the piriformis muscles. We're checking all 3 of the hamstring muscles on each side. We're checking all 3 of the glute muscles on each side. If you have portions of those that are not functioning, and what's amazing, you might be surprised, is you will have dysfunction on the side that's not bothering you. So it's very important to check it extremely thorough and to make sure that we're finding all the causes. And some of those causes will stick around longer, and those are the ones that will knock out at the end and really cause that relief. So look for the handout this week, the Optimal Health University, also talking about sciatica. Have an awesome week, and if you know somebody who's suffering from sciatica, have them see a chiropractor and make sure they're doing a lot of tests and make sure they find out what's going on. If the pain isn't relieved within 2 to 3 weeks, then get an MRI and find out, because sometimes surgery is necessary. All right, have a great week.